name's Owen, and I'm the Dungeon Master of our Return of the Giants 5th edition homebrew campaign.
Hi, I'm Ali. I'm playing Lyra, the Eladrin Spore Druid, and she is just a little bit obsessed with mushrooms.
Hi, my name's Simon. I'm playing the character of Ember. I'm a wildfire druid who's on a quest to be the very best there ever was.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I play Harry Harrington, the Harrengon, the roguish merchant with the heart of gold.
My name is Christian. I'm playing Bartholomew, the romantic dancing Owlin, Paladin of devotion.
Hi, my name is Matt, and I'll be playing Niles Silverwind, the Owlin, Way of the Sympathy Monk.
Hey guys, I'm Jared. I play the character of Threign, the boisterous frost giant, the Goliath, path of the giant Barbarian.
Hello there, lovely listener. This is just a warning to let you know that this episode of Return of the Giants may contain adult language or adult themes. Hello!
Hey
Welcome
guys.
back everybody. It is wonderful to be back playing D&D once again. We are here playing the homebrew campaign, the excellent homebrew campaign, Return of the Giants. Very, very exciting stuff in store tonight. We are finally back in one of my favorite locations in the homebrew world of Nostea, the city of Oxenfurt. One of my favorite places, not just because I've spent probably more time fleshing out Oxenfurt than I have any other location in Nostea, but also just because of like the amount of like it feels so like there's like a sense of like nostalgia coming back to Oxenfurt, right? Like it's where you guys started with Tyranny of Dragons. It was your base of operations, so there's always a sense of like comfort and joy coming back to see Oxenfurt and see how it's changed and to see what hasn't. So very excited to be back in with exploring around Oxenfurt. In terms of fun announcements to share, we have, I think by the time you watch this, all the episodes of Firewatch will be up on YouTube for you to enjoy, as well as a whole bunch of episodes of Aloft. There will be episodes of Aloft dropping until I get bored of that game. I don't think that's happening anytime soon. It's so much fun. I am thoroughly enjoying it. I guess once I've done everything there is to do in the early access, I might stop. But again, it's one of the most fleshed out early access games I've ever played. It doesn't feel like it's in early access. It feels like it is pretty close to a full release. I would compare this to like the level of features and functionality, Subnautica and like Raft, a year after Raft was in development. Like there's so much to do. So I'm having an absolute blast playing through Aloft. Really keen to do that with some other people too. It's fun on your own, but I reckon it's going to be even more fun with a group of people. So stay tuned. Got some fun stuff there as well. Any other fun announcements to share? We have one apology for tonight. Simon most likely won't be able to make it. He's had to fly up to Sydney for a work thing, and he's not going to be able to make it back in time tonight. So we probably won't see Sai tonight. I don't think the work laptop is going to let him run any of this stuff on it. So we won't be seeing Simon tonight, unfortunately, but that's okay. I will play the character of Ember. We'll give Ember something to do while he's in the Night Hall. Everyone else is here. Everyone else is excited. And hopefully next week will be the first week we have Jared rejoining us, which is also very exciting. Fingers crossed, Jared, if you're listening, super stoked to have you back. We've really missed you, mate. Be super cool to have you back next week. I think that's all the fun announcements to share. Anything else fun before we jump into the session? No? Looking good. Sweet.
I tried Subnautica.
Oh, how good is Subnautica?
I keep dying all the time because
Yes.
my ADHD forgets to go up for air.
Yeah, you do need to breathe. Yeah.
Because I only like playing the game on hardcore because I want that a sense of urgency. And I played like 7 playthroughs where I get like half an hour in and I'm in somewhere. I'm like, ooh, I could get there in time.
You can't get there in time. You can't. I just want you, anytime that voice in your head is like, oh, look at that shiny thing, I want you to respond with, yeah, but breathing. Just every time. Yeah, it's...
I feel like you should never try freediving.
Yeah. Actually, I reckon I was better. I reckon I've gotten better at Subnautica since I've been doing more scuba and more freediving because I'm so used to having like a part of my brain just be aware of the oxygen usage. I think I've gotten better at that. There were a number of times where I timed it perfectly, a return trip to the surface in Subnautica, and I was like, I reckon it must be because I've been doing a bit more of the freediving. Maybe that's like cluing me in a bit more because I do tend to hold my breath a little bit when I'm like going down as the character. It's just I'm like. Let's go! Pretty fun. It's so much fun, Christian. I'm pleased you're enjoying it. And Subnautica 2 is going to be so much fun because it's going to be multiplayer. So then we can play and I can watch you drown. Oh, I could help, I guess, as well. Yeah, that's an option too.
I'm keen to do a together.
Oh man, so much fun. I think we should get everyone in. I don't know how many people can play, but I'm just going to assume it's everyone. Let's all just jump in and play Subnautica with like 20 people.
Well, the living daylights out of it. 22 player mods.
Well, you don't need to mod Subnautica 2. It is going to be multiplayer. But you can't. So the Nitrox mod for Subnautica, which is the multiplayer mod, Jared and I did a bit of that a while ago. I should jump back in and see, because when we played it, it wasn't the most stable. Like, it was good. Like, most of the time we were playing multiplayer Subnautica, and then every so often, like, the water just wouldn't work for Jared, and he would just drop to the seafloor and be walking around with no water physics. And then we'd go to dock like a Cyclops, dock a Seamoth in a Cyclops, and both would explode, and we'd be like, what the fuck happened there? Because of the collisions, and it's pretty funny. We had a lot of fun.
Wow.
No, I'm pleased you enjoy it. You'll have a lot of fun with Subnautica, and I do think you'd like a loft as well. It's a bit more cozy. It's not quite hardcore like Subnautica can be. A loft's much more cozy. Like, dying is just like, oh, I go back to my home island because I got a bit spooked. It's pretty fun. Cool. Any other fun things? Should we jump in and do our recap? What do you reckon?
I'm keen.
Keen. Let's do it. Let me do the recap and let's jump. Is it time to get some ink? Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I know you've been really, really keen on the magic tattoos since I first introduced them. Almost, I think, 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Possibly longer.
It's been a sticky note in my D&D notes for that long. It's like, go find ingredients.
The time is now. Let's jump into the session. The Tempest Adventuring Guild, a name now legendary across the lands of Nostea, is taking on the threat posed by the return of the giants to Nostea. Lyra, Niles, Harry, Ember, Threign, and newcomer Bartholomew have just returned to the surface after delving deep into the Underdark, drawn below by rumours of stone giants taking over territory after forming some strange alliance with the Duergar. Having made their way through the treacherous terrain of the caverns below, befriending the deep gnomes of Blindenstone, the party then infiltrated the remnants of the lost stone giant city of Ton Tenur, the city of stone teeth, and defeated Obsidian Foot, a Duergar abusing giant magic and behind the stone giant aggression. With Obsidian Foot now defeated, the spell holding the giants finally broke, freeing them from the control of the corrupted Heartstones. Speaking with the giants, the group learned a little more about the history of their kind and their absence from the world, having been banished to the astral sea in the distant past following the death of their god Anam. With the stone giants now routing the enemy Duergar from their city, the team headed down to the old giant forge suspended above a lava lake in search of other survivors. Finding a group of Duergar priestesses led by Braelia, now helping the former slaves recover, the team took a brief moment to rest, learning that in the midst of combat, the Owlin Nyx had taken all of the giant alloy armor that had been forged by the slaves. With the city now fully under stone giant control once again, the group suggested that their stone giant companion Elikir reach out to the storm giants, specifically to Sinmare and Loki, to inform them of their status and secure transport to the surface for the team. Inspired by this idea, Lyra decided to try and reach out through her Heartstone to contact Loki herself. However, something seemed to go wrong. Lyra, instead feeling this vast network of minds suddenly connect with hers. Finding herself now under mental attack from this hive mind entity calling itself Sovereign, Lyra's symbiotic entity Swampy suddenly emerged to protect her, speaking with a raspy voice, "She's mine." Slightly spooked by this development, the party checked in with Elikir, who had been successful in contacting Loki, now on his way via teleportation to the central square. After a brief detour to catch the deep gnomes up to the current situation, the team made their way back across the city, just as a flash of white light illuminated the dais. Emerging from within, an enormous metal figure strode forward, clad in interlocking plates of the giant alloy. With an excited wave and a "hello there," the figure was revealed to be Loki, seemingly having been upgraded since the last time the party had seen him. While Loki caught up with his old friend Lyra, the rest of the team grabbed the treasure that Obsidian Foot had been hoarding, along with his Obsidian Foot, and made their final preparations to return to the surface. Using the giant teleportation magic, the team were whisked thousands of miles back to the surface, emerging in the now permanent teleportation circle kept safe in the Tempest Guild base of operations, the Night Hall. Bumping into Azure while searching for Mira, the team shared what had happened in the caverns of the Underdark with both Azure and Loki. The team also hoped to learn a little bit more about the Heartstones from Loki, but it seemed that the stones held by the party were acting very differently to how they were designed and how they were supposed to function. Niles wondered if there was a way to show Loki what he had experienced, taking a moment to focus in on his Heartstone and synchronizing his heartbeat to the pulse coming from the stone. Suddenly, Niles heard a voice from within the stone, echoing in his mind, calling out his name. Niles. And that is where we left off last session. We jump straight back in. Harry, Ember, Bart, Lyra, and Threign, the 5 of you are sitting around on the comfy chairs in the opulent sitting room located in the heart of the Night Hall. Lyra, you're currently sitting next to Lockie, trying to comfort him, but not very successfully, based on your persuasion roll of 7. Trying to comfort Lockie and sort of make him feel a little bit better about the realization that perhaps the Heartstones that are embedded in the hands of the giants, and now in your hands as well, might be doing something with the soul, something not designed, something not intended. Over towards your left, sitting on a very comfortable armchair, the plush cushions behind, cradling his very feathered head. You can see Niles with his eyes closed, sitting cross-legged, breathing very slowly at rest. And then all of a sudden you watch as Niles sort of like jerks for a moment, his brow furrowing. Niles, as you hear this voice call out to you, there's a momentary pause, a silence, and then you hear the voice again, stronger, fading in and out. Niles, why does that name sit heavy on my tongue? What are you?
Am I in a position to reply back, or?
You're not sure. I mean, you can try. Do you want to try and sort of like reach out with your mind, speak into your mind, think a phrase or think some words?
I try to sort of continue to channel that sort of monastic training, speaking, kind of like focusing inward, and I just try and muster a response. I sort of just say, I am an Owlin of the aristocracy. I am perhaps one that you would call a small folk.
Where am I? What is this place, Niles of the Owlin?
This is Oxenfurt. What year is it? Would I know what the year is of Nostea?
Yes. Give me a second and I'll tell you the year, because thing is though, you would know that whatever year you give him in a numerical form is going to mean nothing to the giants. The calendar as it exists is a post-ruin calendar. It is currently the year 137 post-ruin. The giants vanished hundreds of years before the ruin. Whatever calendar they might have used, you don't think is going to be helpful. But I mean, yeah, you share that information.
I sort of relay that back to him. 137 post-ruin, year 137 post-ruin, but that might not mean anything to you, Sindaris.
Sindaris, you know my name. How do you know my name? Do you jail me, Niles? Am I your prisoner?
No. We inhabit what you would call a heartstone, I believe. It is embedded in my body.
You are no giant. How is it you connect with the Hjortstov?
I don't know. That is what I am trying to find out.
How is it you connect with my Hjortstov? I remember pain. I remember the cold. Why can I feel nothing, Niles?
Well, how do I put this? It would appear that you're no longer alive in the typical sense. It would appear that your soul, or at least what I think is your soul, seems to be inhabiting the Heartsfield.
There's silence for a moment, Niles. You hear a noise, a deep, resonating noise. A cry. Low, quiet, reverberating within your very soul. You feel your heartstone vibrate in time with it. I am dead then. How am I trapped inside this? This contraption was supposed to hold my memories. How am I prisoner here?
That is what I am trying to solve. I am trying to uncover this mystery. Lucky Sinmare's invention is still alive and well, and we are trying to solve this together.
How many of my people live?
Well, your kind have returned to the lands of Nostea after what may appear to be. Well, what do you remember? Do you remember there was a ruin, a great cataclysmic event, and then, well, your people left before that, I suppose.
A very long time before.
But you've returned since. Only recently, King Bjorn came back with the storm cloud giants. What's it?
Storm.
Cloud giants. Storm with the storm giants. Unfortunately, he gave his life to protect the realm from a threat, a Tiamat. But since then, the giants have returned.
The Dragon Queen. My king defeated the Dragon Queen, but paid with his life. A noble sacrifice, and a heavy loss for my kind.
It was a truly heroic battle. He had assistance by some people, some other heroes of Nostea as well. But by all means, if King Bjorn had not intervened, who knows what could have happened? Tiamat would probably be reigning over Nostea as I speak.
You asked what Sindaris remembered. Niles, I'd like you to please roll a history check as Sindaris.
Ooh, cool. Okay. Give me a sec. I'll bring that character sheet open.
No rush. But yeah, this is your giant echo. Let's see what.
It is my giant echo.
Let's see what Sindaris remembers.
This is kind of weird.
Right?
Kind of talking to myself.
Yeah.
It's good though.
This is how I feel.
Yeah.
When you force NPCs to talk to each other.
What was that, a history?
History check, please.
Sindaris' history is not much better than Niles' history,
No.
which is kind of funny. That is going to be, let's roll it real quick. That's 6.
It's a 6.
Wow.
I remember a cry echoing across the land. I was fighting. And then pain and cold. I felt the world tear asunder. A voice crying out in pain. Not just my own. This troubles me greatly, Niles of the Owlin. With that, you feel the voice grow silent, rumbling in the backs of your subconscious as the heartstone vibrations begin to quell. You feel the voice retreat. On the surface, Niles just looks like he's really thinking deeply for like 5 minutes and then relaxes once again.
You fall asleep there, Niles.
I wake. I guess I come back. I come to. Huh? What? No. I saw him. I spoke to him. Sindaris. He's confused. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what's happening. He doesn't remember much. It was difficult. I didn't know how to explain what's going on. Obviously, with the giants leaving and then returning, it's hundreds of years. It's difficult to. I told him that the year, the date, but I'm afraid it's meaningless to him. But I did mention that you would be.
My apology. It should be 1,137. I was looking at the dates. I've got my timeline is vertical, not horizontal.
We'll work on that. 1,137, was it?
Post room.
Yeah, cool.
Yes.
That's all right. Yeah, we'll just work on that. But I did say that Sindar, that the giants had returned, that his kin still live. I gave him a bit of an update on the current state of affairs. Not too much. We didn't talk for too long. Was I out for long? How long has it been? A few minutes? Or?
Yeah, all five-ish minutes, I guess.
Oh, that's about right then. I only spoke to him for a few minutes, so that's good to know. But he was rather confused, and he felt like he was being imprisoned. I'm sorry, Lockie. I know the thought of the giants being trapped is something that was quite disturbing to you, but it appears that, I mean, I don't know if it's his full soul, maybe just his memories, I don't really understand. Like,
this confuses me greatly, Niles. How can he be? His soul would be trapped inside the Heartstones. This is most concerning.
This is something that we should be talking to Sinmari about. I mean,
Yes.
she made them, yeah?
Yes, she was the original designer of the Heartstones, built upon an earlier, I guess a precursor design that had been inspired by her, her older cousin.
Oh.
What was the original function of this precursor design? Like, was it the same kind of thing with memory storage and whatnot?
Oh, simple artificer tool, the ability to hold images, like a recording device, to capture the images around you and to store it and then display it again later. Sinmari believed if it could be done for images made of light, it could be done for images made with the mind, memories.
What if rather than being an image of the mind and the memories, it's an image of the souls? And perhaps the souls of Sindaris and the others aren't so much as trapped in there as it's more a full replication.
That is highly disturbing. I will indeed need to speak to Sinmari about this, and I think it's best that you are there as well, so that we can show her your Heartstones and have her examine them.
There may be truth to what Lyra says. Not that this is my area of expertise. No, my understanding is more of the spiritual nature. But my understanding in some of the schools of thought that I have trained under suggests that the mind and the memories are what creates oneself, and that you are truly neither nor dead or alive as long as your memories persist in the hearts and minds of others. The memories are a very important thing, and perhaps this is something that has been transfused into something tangible within the heart.
Yes, I think you may be right, Niles and Lyra, both of you. I was scared to examine this possibility as a hypothesis in my mind, but I am now convinced enough that I think we need to speak to Sinmari rather urgently. I will return to the Storm's Redoubt, check on the situation there, and maybe come back to collect you in the next few hours, in the next day or so, to speak with Sinmari. She is obviously very busy dealing with the current situation. The Storm Giants are holding on to the whole thing by a finger at the moment, and we cannot let this council fall apart. If you think that times are problematic now.
Just before Lucky goes, just double checking that we've filled him in on the relevant points of information that from everything that we've experienced with both the Hill Giants and the Stone Giants, yeah?
Yes, there is one thing though you haven't yet discussed with Lockie in detail yet. You started down this conversation, but it didn't go too far. Figment. You've told Lockie about Figment, nothing more. You just asked, does the name Figment mean anything to you? And you didn't go any further than that.
That was very intentional, though.
Because it didn't. That's what I wanted to double check. Harry, how much did you want to share with Lockie? The name means nothing to him as far as he's aware.
I don't recall checking in with Figment last week.
He doesn't want to share it.
Yeah.
So you did check with... I can hear, yeah. You did check with Figment.
I can't see Harry at all.
I'll just give it a refresh. Classic OBS Ninja. You did sort of like because you checked with Figment briefly before you said like how much should I reveal, and Figment was like, I don't know, it's a bit risky. I trust you. You then dropped the name Figment, and Lockie was like, I don't.
No recollection.
Yeah, I have no entities or no names of anything by that any entries by that name. No idea. Sorry.
Okay. Well, the hammer that has the demonic curse. Do you wanna? Is this a safe spot to try to attempt to remove the curse from it? Or
you watch as
Azure
Azure, massive smile crosses his face as he leans forward. Demonic hammer, you say? I need to take a look at this. I am thrilled and excited. Such a relic taken from the grasp of the stone giants in the Underdark. This shall be a symbol of the Tempest Guild further forwards. Show me this hammer. I want to see this hammer.
Is he nearby?
I don't think that's a good idea. Unless you want to talk to Vice, was it? The devil that wanted it, or the Cambion that wanted it?
Cambion? Oh, a worthier foe there is not for an Asimar such as myself.
Well, then maybe you could be the one that talks to him when he returns to take his prize, huh?
You say Cambion is after this hammer? Well, there is no safer place than the vaults of the Night Hall, if you wish to keep it safe.
In theory, if we remove the demonic influence, then maybe he won't want it anymore.
He'll be pretty pissed, though.
I mean, he looks...
Isn't already?
Yeah, in my experience, Cambions are perpetually pissed, as you put it.
Yeah, well, Lockie, do you think it's a safe place to try to remove this, or do you know who would be the best person equipped for that?
We should be fairly safe to remove it inside the Tempest Guild. The walls are warded, I believe. I understand during the events of Tiamat's revival, we had Professor Griswold place a ward upon the walls of the Tempest Guild so that it was immune to things like scrying, and it acts as its own sort of demi-plane for that matter. Things can't look in, things can't overhear. We should be safe in here.
Yeah, okay. Well, on that note, I might have a little help from a friend who's here, Neil. There's a consciousness in my Heartstone that's not Utnir.
There's another mind in your Heartstone.
Yes, the figment that I mentioned earlier that you never heard of. He's my mate.
Is this? I know no giant by the name of Figment. How did this mind come to be in this stone? Utnir was the first and only wielder of his stone.
He can't really remember much, and we're working on finding that out together. But he's only been an asset and a friend to the party, and Figgy, do you want to say hi to Loki?
There's a pause. You feel a sense of trepidation coming through the connection with your warlock patron, Harry. A momentary pause. Could you make me a persuasion check, please?
Okay. For those of us who don't have a big vocab because we don't read, what's the definition of trepidation?
He's a little bit nervous. He's a bit anxious. Yeah, he's unsure if this is the right thing to do.
That is
22.
Oh,
22.
Wow. Huge.
Harry, you're a charismatic little bunny. We've said this a number of times. You've been able to make people go counter to what they want to do many, many times, and this is another one of those instances. As Harry concentrates for a moment. No, I think Dave has actually dropped out. I don't think it's a.
Okay.
I can see he's back. It's all good. Like one by one, everyone started relogging Dave when you disappeared because well, Dave's gone again.
Well, I couldn't hear anyone. I couldn't hear you. I lost you again, and then I was like, I'm just gonna read.
Okay.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Okay, so I rolled a 22.
22. Yeah, you're a charismatic little bunny, Dave, Harry, and Dave. Both of you charismatic little bunnies. Yeah. You sense that confidence, this sense of confidence that you exude at all times, Harry. Even when you know you're doing something that's not great, you're confident about it. You embrace it. You go for it anyway. Right. Yeah, for sure. You got a heart of gold and mind of steel, apparently, or balls of steel. One of those. As
just ignorance.
Yeah, you watch as Your Hearthstone glows to life, and the tiny illusionary version of Figment emerges. This long, sinewy form composed of light. The faceplate, very similar to a Warforged, but slightly leopine, slightly rabbit-like, as it emerges from inside your Hearthstone, glowing and tracing as the mask with these empty eye sockets turns towards Lockie and cocks its head. You see this glow of green, this brilliant green energy, that emerald energy that you summon for your Eldritch Blasts, emerging from within. You watch as Lockie leans forward and looks. Well, this is very curious. I had no idea that... What are you, little one? You watch his...
He's only little in this image. Usually he's actually like... Well, I mean, he doesn't have a physical body, so actually... Are you little?
Figment sort of turns towards you.
I can take up any space, Harry. My mind and processes seem vast. You have seen me in our liminal space.
Yeah, no, he definitely... He has big energy, so I'm going to say he's big.
Big energy.
Big bunny energy. You watch as Lockie sort of like leans back a little bit, looks again. Very curious. Are you some sort of giant forged? You watch as Figment cocks its head and looks towards Lockie.
I don't think so, Lockie. I think I share some traits with them, but I am different. I think I am something new. Something broken, I fear.
Oh. Well, I think Sinmari will definitely want to see this. As he looks down at Figment and sort of nods, waving his hand through the illusion, watching this trail of light dissipate behind his fingers as he then holds it back. Very interesting. Yes, I think...
Well, he's an ally. That's the main thing I want to say. He's our friend. He saved us a lot.
Oh, yes, and you seem very lovely. It's very lovely to meet you, Figment. I am Lockie.
I see and hear all that Harry sees and hears, but it is nice to be acknowledged. Lockie.
Yes, well...
Yeah. Well, he can help us with the hammer. I mean, two minds are better than one, right? It's giant technology. So I thought if you were here, it'd be safer for Figment, and if Figment's here, it'd be safer for you.
Is Figment giant technology? Are you giant technology, Figment? As Lockie turns towards Figment again.
I do not know. I think I am. I share some similarity with the other minds we have encountered. The Archivist. Even your own seems familiar to me, Lockie.
There was that shadowy one that we ran into as well, right? The one that it was a big fright with what was his name? I don't remember actually.
Animus.
Animus, that's the one. It's written here. Animus.
It's written in my subconscious.
It's written in Figment's logs.
Archivist. Archivist is a program meant to help organize and store memories. It is not a conscious being. Animus.
It seemed pretty conscious when we were talking to it.
Animus is a security program, I believe, designed to keep out problematic programs. It was designed as a way of preventing degradation and deterioration of programs.
It seemed pretty evil when we were in the memory. It seemed pretty upset at us.
They don't have personalities. They're just minds without purpose.
Well, could they both have evolved over time? The Archivist and the enemy?
Oh.
Experience, they seem to have personalities, fears, and wants.
Did you just say it was a security program?
Well, yes.
And it was designed to what exactly?
Designed to remove malfunctioning software, malfunctioning programs, designed to delete them, destroy them.
What if the system... Go on, Lyra, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, you said that it specifically was to prevent degradation and deterioration of the program. Yeah?
That was its function, yes. It was a very small program.
I feel like pressing delete on the network might might count as preventing degradation or deterioration. I mean, if it's being eliminated entirely.
I mean, and we also were running contrary to whatever the system or memory instance was. We were acting against what our giants would have done in that situation. So perhaps it's viewed us as a corruption or a malfunctioning aspect of that.
Similar to false memories, maybe.
Mm.
But this is very confusing.
He didn't seem small either. He was able to take over some of the characters in the memory and use them to attack us.
No, Animus never had access to any of the memory software. It was something is very. This is very.
Yeah, the first thing it said was, "I found you in a really creepy way and attacked us."
I will need to speak to Sinmari about this. I assumed that these programs would simply turn off with the giants gone. The power supply should have been interrupted. I mean, I shut down for a very long time until you revived me, Lyra. When the giants left, I would have assumed the other programs did the same, the other minds. But if they did not, if they were left running,
That's hundreds of years of
thousands.
whatever.
There is a term that was used in the early days of Sinmari's experiments, trying to get the giant forged online, an artificial mind. Most of the minds only lasted a very short while originally. They would deteriorate and break apart. The code was unstable. Theoretically, that problem would still be around, just long enough, a time frame long enough for it to happen. This is very concerning.
If there's a system on the network or whatever it is that's designed to prevent degradation, I mean, unless it has a copy of the entire source of like sort of how it's all supposed to be, I mean, it's probably just would have been ad-libbing. I mean, as sections of the network were deleted or sort of went down, became unstable, were lost, it's maybe tried to fill in the information itself. I mean,
Lyra,
and then maybe it gave itself consciousness.
Lyra, can I get you to roll me? I'm going to say this is a wisdom saving throw, please. No, it's not. I just want to know, because you're calling upon a lot of, I would say, Shana's memories in this moment to understand and to solve this. You're really pulling upon Shana's knowledge, your twin soul's knowledge before she was separated from you. I just want to see if there's a bit of 25. Okay, that link that's connecting you and Shana, you can still feel it. And in this moment, you realize everything you're saying, none of this is based on your memories. These are Shana's memories, and you're still accessing them right now.
Can I reach out to her and try and say hi the same way I failed to do with Lockie? Like, not through the Heartstone, just through the connection of the memories. It's like, can you hear me?
You feel that connection in this moment. A voice. Shana? No, what am I saying? Lyra? Having a moment as a DM. Lyra? And then
it worked this time.
And then another voice immediately after it. Well, isn't this interesting? As you hear Varys Nightshade. Well, it seems some links are harder to sever than others. Lyra, it's been some time. Shana can't come to the mental connection right now, I'm sorry. But you've been a naughty, naughty girl. Do you know what's been happening in the Feywilds? Do you have any idea?
I sent a letter saying that I don't have any idea.
Well, you might have sent a letter, but you have got a lot of Fey very, very angry. I've been trying my best to keep them off your back, but you do seem very determined to keep putting up large kick-me signs right in the very center of your spine. Why is that, Lyra? What is it you're hoping to achieve here? No, I suppose you're not.
Do you know about Heartstones? Old giant technology.
Oh yes, of course I do. I explored the use of them quite a while ago. Gave up on that way too soon, I might add. Why?
Did you know that they can either copy or store souls?
Lyra, you're walking into dangerous territory. You and I might need to have a little chat again sometime soon. Shana's busy doing something for me right now, but I think we might need to come and catch you as you make your way either north or west.
This was just more of a mutual sharing of information.
That's not how this works, Lyra. No. I have been doing you a favor. You want me to do you more favors? You pay the
I'm doing you
price.
a favor.
Come
By giving
on.
information.
But you're doing it because you want information from me. I'm not a fool, Lyra. I wasn't born this millennium.
I guess tell Shauna I'll see her later. I don't know how to hang up the connection.
I will. And you can't. And please stop trying to distract her. I need her focused, Lyra. You need her focused as well. Trust me on this. You don't want her getting distracted with what she's about to do. Ta-ta! I'll catch you later.
About to do.
With that,
What the-
connection severs.
What the fuck's going on in the Feywild?
I really want to use ascending stones now.
I knew at some point you would try and contact Shana, and I was like, as soon as you do, Varys is going to put a stop to this because what's happening with him and Shana right now, he needs her to do something very, very specific. And so as soon as you reached out, I was like, here we go. You get to talk to Varys again. Just like old times.
I think, was I talking out loud during that conversation?
No, it's the same as when you used to talk to Shana in your mind. It's the same feeling when you used to share a body.
I think I'm gonna keep a little bit of that on the down low, but just sort of to the others, just to
Because
do
you
like
know
a
how
general-
Lockie and Azua feel about Varys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a general like, oh hey, turns out the mental link with Shana is still active.
Oh. Did you get to talk to her?
No, Varys answered the phone, which was weird.
Here, Lockie, go.
I just look around at the room. Is Varys good? Bad? What is Varys?
Varys plays his own game. You can't trust him, Lyra. You never could. The fact that Shana is still working with him bothers me.
I kind of feel like he may have been responsible for me losing my body in the first place, but
Oh.
one problem at a time. Let's focus on that.
The fact that Varys wants something to do with you concerns me. Varys is an entity, powerful, but he doesn't exist in this realm. He reaches out and cajoles. For a time, he had two of our people working for him, Jin and Shana. If a figure reaches out promising great power in return for simple favors, just an itsy-bitsy little favor, do consider checking with us first.
Oh, no, that seems to be quite common, actually.
Harry nudges Bud.
Actually, Bart, you've been rather quiet. Are you okay? Are you adjusting to life on the surface? It's only been a few minutes, I know, but this must be a lot for you.
Yes, and a lot of the names we're mentioning, I'm still wrapping my head around.
Was there anything that you needed to get clarified?
Yes, we can help you out straight away, Bart.
I don't know who we've been talking about for the last 10 minutes.
So,
He's been living in a cave.
That is a good point.
So I guess 6-ish months ago, I had a different body, and there was also a different soul in the body as well as myself. And I kind of got poofed, and then she took over the body. But the long story short is that she's been talking to Varys for way too long, like way before I even knew her.
you know warlocks, Bart. You know spellcasters who don't want to do the work. They just swap stuff for power. That's how warlocks work, I'm guessing.
Can I just whack him on the back of the head?
That was Shana?
Shana. Shadow was the warlock. Varus was the power daddy.
Okay. I was going to say, because I don't know who
Can I
Varus
stop my
is.
back of the head again?
And Varus is...
We don't know.
What?
We think he's some sort of... I mean, we thought he was Fae for a bit, but he's something else.
Not a god, but apparently something similar.
Okay.
He does his own shit. You can't trust him. He's playing his own game.
Okay. Well, if you're going to be getting... is it Myra?
Yes, well, Mira will be back in the next few hours. She's been off on some urgent business, but she'll be back pretty soon.
Okay. What's our plans for right now then, in the meantime?
Shopping!
You've been away for some time. Enjoy civilization. I can't imagine the Underdark was full of opportunities for fun.
I was going to say,
I look at Bart and kind of yes. I don't
Bart's
think Bart's
still cradling his severed wings.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't think Bart was having a good time down there.
No.
We could introduce you to the blacksmith.
Ah, yes, Howls
really
Under the
cool.
Earth. Yeah, she's an asset to the team.
Is there anyone else back that we could talk to and introduce Bart to?
I can see where Griswold is. He should be up in his tower.
Excellent.
Wait, were we just up there?
I believe you came from the workshop. Oh, he's been expanding. He's been playing around with this thing he calls extraplanar spaces. He was going to talk to you about that later. Something about setting up bastions. Not sure what that's about, but he's very excited.
I thought it looked smaller around the inside there.
Yes, well, it's much larger. There's many rooms that look, I'll be honest. I'm really good at punching things and flying and being excited. Griswold's very good at the other stuff, like making rooms bigger and corridors go to different locations than what they think. I just let him do his thing. I'll be honest. I'm not even sure how much we pay him. Mira handles that stuff.
What about Leosin and the rest of the...
Oh, Leosin's on an air of decency. He's been managing the airship for a bit.
Oh, is the Air and Decency docked at the moment? Or is it
No, Shana took that. She dropped you off, I believe, on your way when you were heading down to the Underdark. She carried on with the Air of Decency. She's got the crew and Leosin. Leosin insisted on going with her to keep an eye on her. Probably fair.
Right. I wasn't sure if the Air of Decency had returned and dropped Shana off. That's good to know that this still is good.
No, the airship is out of the way for the moment.
Where was Shana going? Did she disclose that?
She
didn't say.
She said that she'd told Mira to me, and then she told Mira she'd said to me, and we only realized after she left. Clever little snake.
Okay. Well, I suppose we have some options then. We could go and introduce you, Bart, to some of the members in the guild. Perhaps we could talk to Howls.
If you're looking for arms and armor, you could do no better than Howls Under the Earth, our tabaxi blacksmith.
Actually, I just had a thought. Before we go, do you know if there's anyone in Oxenfurt that is capable of reattaching wings that I just kind of gesture to Bart still clutching wings?
Reattaching wings. That does seem like more of a... I don't want to say it, because you sort of bit my head off before, but I mean, it sounds like you need some flesh sculpted.
Some bodybuilding?
Yeah, some bodybuilding.
I was just seeing if there's anyone else if you knew,
I mean, maybe some of the wizards at the Unseen University can reattach.
What about a cleric, maybe?
Yes, you could try the Temple of Palor. Maybe. Could be worth a try. But, I mean, I don't want to be insensitive, but it looks like those wings have been stuffed. As he looks over at the wings, he's like...
It's not a fun thing.
I am so sorry.
Who are we speaking to again?
Azua. Azua's the monk, the Asimir monk.
Yeah. And I will just ask, I am slowly learning the Tempest Guild. I'm hoping to become a member. I always wanted to be an adventurer growing up, and this group has done more than I could ever thank for me, and I want to help now. What is your role here? If I'm going to be meeting the blacksmith and the enchanter with Griswold?
Yes, Griswold's our arcanist, I think he's what he calls himself. Mira is our executive administrator, and I am the head of the Tempest Guild, Azua.
Okay.
Mirror's the head. I smack him again.
Yes, Mira's the
Yeah.
head. Mira has called me the hype man of the guild, which I think is a rather fitting title.
I'm just going to jot down hype man as his position. And Shauna?
Shana is an adventurer, similar to yourselves, but she's been business snake.
Have there
Savvy
been any
and
other
wise.
visitors that have come to the guild at all? By any chance?
Yeah,
Will Tix.
Specifically, a lady named Zaylin.
Oh yeah, Zaylin. Yes.
Zaylin. Not had anyone, no
Drow?
visitors coming.
Drow.
Drow?
Business card
Disagreeable.
No, I'm
given by Niles.
very sorry. I mean, to be fair, I have been away the last few days. I've only been back for a day or two, so we'll have to check with Mira. Maybe someone came by.
Is there like a receptionist lady I can ask and check?
Oh
in
no,
with, or-
no! They ran out screaming after. Well, we'll talk about that later.
Actually, I was just thinking, how many days walk is it from the exit that we took Zaylin to Oxenford? Because
Oh,
we
like a
teleported,
week.
I mean,
Yeah, you travel by airship. It would have been a day or two for you, but by walking, we're talking a week.
it's possible that she's still in transit.
She's pretty fast though. I mean, okay. She'll be here any day now and then.
She also wasn't a big fan of the sunlight, so she would be extraordinarily encumbered by that.
She also didn't know the surface world.
He handed her a business card that just said the Night Hall Oxenford. Like, to be fair.
Well, I mean, like,
And let's be honest,
What do you want?
Zaylin
She's
100.
resourceful, she'll be fine.
Nah, Zaylin
Yeah.
100% gives like 50-year-old man vibes. I'm not stopping and asking for directions. Like, I will figure this out, and I will die trying.
That's incredible. I just have this image in my mind of her standing on the side of the road, being like, "I'm gonna get that one."
Where the fuck is Oxenford? What the fuck is a night hall? It's daytime. She looks
We
around.
find her somewhere over in Balmia.
Yeah. I got lost, okay? Let's not make a big deal of it.
That could be a great one shot in itself.
Saylin's trick back.
Saylin's zany adventures.
Saylin's zany adventures. I fucking love that. You have to check with Mira if you're looking for guests.
If anyone does happen to come by while we're out or gone or whatever, she's a disagreeable drow, name of Zaylin.
Seeking asylum from the other drow. Yeah.
And she doesn't have to worry about her sister anymore.
Or her cloak.
Or her cloak.
And you invited this disagreeable drow, who sounds like they're on the run, to the Night Hall because...
She needed help.
Good answer.
She needed
Well
it.
answered. Correct. But I've only known you for 10 minutes, but I'm an excellent judge of character. And I think right now we know whether or not you are made of the right stuff for the Tempest Guild. Will you answer the call? When innocents cry out for help, for a sword or a shield to guard them from the dangers that wander these lands. What is your answer, Bart?
I didn't get this.
Uh,
What is this?
Should I check with Mira first?
Correct again. Yes, my answer. I would have also accepted a hearty yes, but I believe a check with Mira first is not a bad answer either. You're already joking like one of us.
No, in all seriousness, I would love to. I don't really have a flock of my own at the moment, and even if I did, I like what the Tempest Guild is doing.
Yes, we punch dragon gods in the face. Evil ones,
And
evil
stay
ones,
here.
evil ones, evil ones. Well, I have a spare badge. Literally reaches into his pocket, pulls out a badge, shines it on his cloak and hands it to you. Yes, we found this in the ruins of Dow. Oh, well, that's a story for another time.
Okay, and I guess I have something for you as well. We came up with a motto.
Tell me. I'm ready.
Could we see if there's any ways to like dull the lights by closing curtains, and then ask Harry your illusion magic? Could you play the intro?
Harry is very confused, but he plays the intro.
How does the intro go, Dave? How does it go? There's a lot of false starts. Anticipation is key. You do have to eventually deliver, though.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
That was excellent.
It's the intro. It was either a 20th Century Fox, but we went with that.
Thank you for not playing the 20th Century Fox thing. But you have Harry give an intro.
Can I do a performance check for this?
Yes, absolutely.
I'll try to quickly fill him up on the idea of the clouds and the Tempest Guild with crackling lightning behind it. And,
the imagery thing.
Oh yeah.
17 as Harry is shouting bibbidi bobbidi boo. The illusion's happening.
Yep.
Harry's just adding in his own soundtrack because at the moment it's quite silent. Minor Illusion has no accompanying soundtrack, and in the silence of the library of this sitting room, as the clouds move across, there's silent lightning. Harry's bibbidi bobbidi boo, pointing at it. Oh.
We still need to work out lyrics and maybe an actual saying, but a Tempest, a cloud, I thought that this was fitting, and Niles seemed real fucking hyped.
Oh yes, I'm still excited.
Good. Excitement is what makes an adventurer, and skill, and persistence, but mostly excitement.
We thought the Tempest Guild could use a little bit of marketing, get their name out there.
I can tell you now who will be most excited to hear about this.
Mira?
No, it's me! I'm the one who's most excited. I am very excited by this. Mira will also be quite excited, but I'm very excited. I've been dealing with some slightly more downer stuff, but I'm happy to come back onto something exciting. This is great.
Excellent. Well, I guess in the meantime, Niles, yes, I would love to meet Leosin,
yes.
Howls, Wold.
And Jin and Wiltix, I think it'd be good for you to meet them. Unfortunately, Jin's over in Palin with the Harpers, and Wiltix is over in Dowbridge looking for, a team. One of our teams. They're gone. We don't know where they've gone. Wiltix is off trying to find them.
It's not related to the badge you found, right?
No.
Inside check.
You don't need to. It is absolutely related to the badge that you found.
Yeah.
And
Hello.
GM question.
Hello.
I was just going to ask, does Lyra know where the new badges are stored so that she can maybe get Bart a fresh badge, not one that's potentially
just
not crime
upstairs.
scene, but...
Yeah, just upstairs. Yeah. Well, Azua's already wiped it down on his cloak. If there was fingerprints or anything, they're well and truly gone by now. And he just had it in his pocket,
And Jin and Wiltix's roles?
Both adventurers. Same as... So there's part of the original crew. Myself, Lockie, Mira, Jin, Wiltix, Yervith, you've met, the Drake Rider. Jana, the snake, the business snake, who is savvy and wise. The crew of the Tempest Guild. Oh, and occasionally Gloria. And Emmerich, but they're kind of more associates, and yeah.
I'm going to be a little bit perplexed. It's he just goes name after name. Okay.
Azua, I'm playing Azua as he was played by Andrew, because this is an ex-player character from Tyranny of Dragons. This is as accurate a portrayal as Azua as I can possibly give. This is exactly what it was like for the whole campaign. Just, yes, and forwards! Onwards! Let us go. Leosin's my brother. He's a bit of a stiff.
I heard he's bald?
No, he's got long hair.
Okay.
Well, maybe we go speak to House Under the Earth then.
Plus, we've got all the Bahir skin.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, you have Bahir skin?
Yes.
Bunch of stuff now.
This takes me back. We once fashioned mighty cloaks from the skin of a dragon, and now
I just sort of start dragging them back.
the new generation. I will see you all later, friends. Azura's just dragged out of the room.
Stop talking otherwise.
Lockie, yes. Azura is a good sort, but you will need to tell him if he is talking too much. And even then, that may not be enough.
Well, sometimes you just need to leave.
it might be better asking you all than Azure to not start another conversation. But just out of my own curiosity, I have been to Oxenford in my youth. Does the Night Hall have any connection with the Unseen University?
Not that I'm aware of.
So we know some of the people there, and we what did we find for them again? There was.
Well, we spoke to Professor Grell. He was the Hobgoblin professor. He was like, and Ember got some Sussabark that I think Professor Grell would be interested in, right?
Yeah.
Among other things.
But do you want to make me a history check for your last visit to Oxenfurt and see, because the Night Hall is a landmark that was not owned by the Tempest Guild the last time you were in Oxenfurt. So let's see what you remember from it.
So,
It's an old landmark that's been claimed.
Yeah, this is like childhood.
Exactly.
9.
Yeah, you vaguely remember this very large, imposing manor built on the river that runs through the center of Oxenfurt. Yeah, not really sure if there's any connection to the university. The university is over on the north western side of the river. This is on the southeastern side of the river. But the university, the Unseen University, is a famous academic institution for wizards, for sorcerers, and occasionally warlocks. A lot of the very best and brightest in the magical fields come to Oxenfurt to train at the Unseen University.
Okay, well, I don't know the connections in that case too well. It's been a long time since I've been to Oxenfurt. I would like to get some gear once we've spoken to Mira, or if we still have some hours spared. I sort of still look like as I look down at my body, having just come out of like slavery still, other than like the plate mail. I don't really have like adventuring gear that I would like. And then continuing on this sentence. And furthermore, I don't want to leave Oxenfurt before we get a chance to, remembering it, speak to Professor Grill, let him know about Davian.
oh yes, good point.
Well,
We should-
you have a few hours, it seems, before Mira comes back. If you wanted to go and explore the city, I will go and speak to Sinmare, and I will come back and collect you when I am able to bring you before her.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you, Lucky.
That sounds
It's
good, Lucky.
been a pleasure seeing you again and meeting all of you for the first time.
We'll see you soon.
I really hope so. I will catch you again soon. With that, you watch as
safe.
Lucky stands and wanders back outside, heading towards the teleportation circle in Griswold's study. At this point, Lyra, you're kind of the tour guide. You're the one who knows the Night Hall best.
Yeah.
Where would you like to take
Yes.
Bartholomew? Sounds like he's after gear.
Yeah, I was just thinking, do we, because Hal is part of the guild, do we need to sort of go raid the treasury first? Like with, sort of...
You've got a fair
What
bit
we
of gold
can
and a
or-
fair bit of shit with you. And you would know Lyra.
It's straight to Hal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we also have all the dwarven gold, which
Yeah.
is a fair bit,
I forgot
and the
about that.
belt, and the gems. So
Mm-hmm.
we're pretty
I-
good with stuff for the most
You
part.
guys are
we can get some
pretty
from-
flush with cash. If you were looking at getting some new kit, getting anything else, maybe some spell scrolls, some potions, magic tattoos, you've got about 4 hours or so until it sounds like Mira's back.
I made a shopping list anticipation for tonight's session, and like,
Hey, let's go.
but some stuff is like literally as basic as like I don't have a bedroll. Like, I'm still just kind of sleeping on like feathers. Some maps and whatnot. But yeah, if we can get some things from you guys before heading out into the streets, I'm
For sure.
assuming Hal might give us a discount. We're
Oh,
members.
yeah. There is a discount for members of the guild because she runs a business outside of the guild. She runs a business within the guild to members that are not part of the guild, and that offsets the cost of items for the guild. Man, that was the worst possible way I could have explained that. Yeah, discount for guild members. Yeah. Yeah, perfect. You don't have to go very far. Walk outside the front door, through the gardens, take a left, take another left, and you've arrived at the blacksmith's, which is built onto the side of the Night Hall onto the main street coming off, separated so that people aren't wandering into the grounds of the Night Hall every time they need to go to the blacksmith's. Street access, very, very easily found. And you can see there are a number of people milling around outside the blacksmiths, moving through. It's an open building. There's no front wall. It looks like massive shutters have been installed to close down over the front. These wooden slats that are bound together by chain links. And inside you can see housed under the earth, the tabaxi, who has been working away at the forge for some time, sandy, cheetah-like colouring. It looks like she has some apprentices. Lyra, 2 figures that you don't recognize. One, a scarred-looking Leonin, a young female Leonin, very scarred with these very large claw mark scratches across her shoulders and back. You can see she's quite lithe, looks to be quite young compared to House. If she was a human, she'd probably be in her late teens, early 20s. And you can also see a Maloran orc, a very muscular-looking Maloran orc, currently pumping the bellows, sweat glistening on his body. You can see the tattoos depicting various events throughout his life, most of which seem to be around the forging of mighty weapons. You can see he's now actually working with Howls at this point.
Does he have the tattoo of Drifthaven over
Not
his heart?
Drifthaven, a city that you do not recognize on his heart. One of the other floating cities.
As we're walking towards there, I'm guessing, even though it's quick, it might take a minute or so.
Yeah, it takes
Do
a minute.
we see the... I, out of curiosity, would be keeping an eye out for this tower that Azure mentioned Griswold is working in. Is that visible from anywhere?
As you step out and look up, you can see what can only be described as a large wizard's tower growing out of the side of the Night Hall, almost organically, as it seems to be bending around there's this section where the stonework of the Night Hall has merged and flowed like liquid as this tower comes out at a 90-degree angle and then rises straight up, looking almost like an enormous chimney on the Night Hall.
Awesome.
That's what you see.
I'll wait for someone to introduce to Howls because I don't... I'm following.
There's a few moments of quiet as Howls is hammering away at this very large ornate axe currently sitting on the anvil in front of her. You can see the Maloran orc who's pumping the bellows is currently heating up an enormous looking crucible filled with this golden metallic liquid, probably brass or copper. It's beautiful, giving off this really rich orange radiant glow. As the Leonin works with Howls, hammering in concert with her as they take turns hammering the metal one after the other. As they finish up, you watch as Howls grabs the massive blade of this axe and quenches it in oil before turning around, taking off her leather gloves, cracking her neck, and looking over towards the lot of you.
Ah, Lyra. And friends. Hello. I believe I have seen some of you before. Niles, was it?
Yes, good memory.
I am Howls under the earth. It is wonderful to meet you. May your road lead you over warm sands. What is it I can help you with, adventurers?
We picked up a fair bit of loot from the Underdark. We were wondering if you could maybe make us some equipment. If we could put an order in, or if you...
Yes, you were looking for braces of defense last time we spoke, correct? Have you acquired the items that are required?
We've got emerald, sapphires, and a bunch of Bahia leather.
Bahia leather? With this I could craft cloaks, armor of the highest quality. What are you looking for?
Well, the braces would be nice, but I think maybe, and I probably look around at the others at this point.
The braces I can do if you have brought me an emerald and a sapphire and a ruby, or a sapphire ruby. I can create these braces. You have every requirement I need. In terms of the bear skin, if you are looking for armor, braces, helmet, cloak, boots.
Well, I think we really need to outfit our new Paladin friend.
Yes, you are looking rather bare.
Yes. Nice to meet you. I'm gonna eye everyone for a second. This isn't out of Hal's distrust, but maybe the two new apprentices. And as I've seen the two apprentices out of the Underdark, it sort of has just hit me the thought of I don't want the theocracy to know that I'm still alive. There's that whole scheme that we're trying to set in motion.
Yeah.
My name is Dream. It's nice to meet you.
Dream. You have a name almost as interesting as ours. I am sure there is some tale behind it, no?
There is. I already have this lovely set of plate that we managed to find in the Underdark. Plate, as far as I know, is at least hard to come by and very expensive. So you mentioned a cape or a cloak. Would that do more than just cosmetic if this is from magical items?
Of course.
These sort of...
Of course, the skin of a behir is tough. It resists the blows. And what's more, behirs wield lightning, no? Electricity dancing across their face and through their skin. They conduct the very electricity themselves. No, this would do something more. Depending on what kind of attribute you wanted to focus on, I could make it give you more protection from certain elemental effects. Or if you were looking for it to channel the lightning, could give you a burst of speed when you needed it most, no? The electricity coursing through your muscles, propelling you forwards. Swift as a tabaxi, so they say.
I was going to say, if those are the features that you're sort of thinking of, you're the expert here. I know tabaxis are known for their speed. I'd like you to work on your forte. That feels very appropriate. I will say, Lyra, as nice as that is, though, I don't want to hog any of the spoils of all of our endeavors. Did anyone have particular things they were wanting or needing?
You have brought me 6 strips of this behir skin. There is enough for each of you to pick an item made from it if you wish. Or maybe one large item. You wish for behir skin tent? House kid. House joke.
I was hoping for... I mean, I don't really need for much. I fight unarmored. But I have heard of certain belts that seem to increase the prowess of members of my kind. Perhaps something like that could be useful.
Ah, yes. I think we could make a behir skin belt as the base for something more interesting. What do you want this belt to do? What are you looking for? Protection, speed, agility, strength.
Well, speed would be good. I had heard of certain, normally associated with dragons, that seem to be able to improve the martial prowess of monks and their abilities to connect with ki or focus.
Help me out here. What's the name of the belt? I know the one you're talking about. Mental blank.
Dragon hide belt.
Dragon hide belt.
Ah, yes. I have heard of this. Behir and dragon are not so very different, no. I think we can do something with this. I think we can do something great with this. Yes. There may be some other costs which I will calculate at the end for all of you, but I will make a note. Dragon hide belt. Yes, we can do this.
Excellent.
And for the rest of you, a cloak to protect you from elemental energy. Something simple. Something more complex. A cloak to hide yourselves when you want unfriendly eyes to look elsewhere.
Quickly going through the item list.
Yeah, either of those. Anything that makes me more survivable, or anything that can a hiding cloak does sound pretty good.
Yes, I can see you are prey folk, no? A rabbit folk. What do you call it? The Harrengon.
Yeah, the Harrengon.
Harrengon. Yes, we can find something for you.
Maybe we could get how many slabs do we have again?
You've got
5?
6. You got 1 for each of you. You carved off enough for 1 for each of you.
Maybe with how much he likes taking a punch to the face, you said with the ability to possibly resist lightning, like a behir is known for. Could we commission one to have that effect for our barbarian, Threign?
Of course, that is the simplest, the easiest to do. I need not make any modifications, merely construct and tan the lovely hide. It looks like scales, but it is similar to snakeskin. Something else you have had me work with before.
Okay.
And you are looking for more mundane things. I see you lack even proper shoes and footwear.
Yes. I was wondering that taking a look around your blacksmith, there are some things I was hoping to get as an adventurer. A shovel, manacles, tinderbox. I've got a list, but do you mind if I have a look around and make a pile together? Are you selling things or just making things?
Mostly making, mostly selling. But for you, if you are looking for basic supplies, a pack, such as that might a dungeoneer carry, a priest might carry, something along those lines. A pack for newcomers, starting out, that you refill the supplies as you go. Hals may have something for you. Man come through here many moons ago, looking to trade, looking to upgrade. Howls offer trade-in his current pack for pack of new items. His current pack I have not yet sold. It is in good condition. I have already checked the items. Bedroll, water flask, many items, pitons and rope.
Okay. Do you know what his background was, what it's likely to contain?
I have gone through all the items. He took them out to show me. Most things that you would find within a Dungeoneer pack.
It's a standard Dungeoneers pack, basically.
Okay.
It's everything that's in a normal Dungeoneers pack, all in there.
Yes, that would be lovely, actually. That'll mark off quite a few things from the custom list that I have.
You tell me what you need. Send me through the list and I will get it all together. How long are you here at Night Hall for? I know that you adventuring types tend to come and go, flitting in and out. How long are you here for? How long does Hals have to get your things together?
No, look to the others.
Possibly 4 hours.
Yes.
We're not sure
Maybe
yet.
longer though.
I feared as much. Okay, I shall get this done quickly. Write down the things that you need, hand them to my apprentice.
She gestures over towards the Leonin.
Hals will get busy.
How's this just armor, yeah?
Hals is a blacksmith. Armor and weapons for sure. If you're looking for magic items, Hals can help construct them, but for most of the enchanting, she's going to be working with Griswold. One of the benefits of going to Hals and Griswold work together on the enchanted items. There's a whole section of Hal's shop, which is basically the items that she has made that Griswold has enchanted. So braces of defense.
Do we have like an alchemist or anyone who can do potions?
You currently don't have an alchemist working for the guild. You haven't recruited one. But you do. There was an alchemist that Lyra went to before you guys headed out to.
Oh yeah, the one that was selling the flubber. Yeah,
So finding an alchemist in the city of Oxenfurt is not going to be hard.
Now the list I have, just quickly, DM,
Hello.
is just a list of like everything from the 2024 Player's Handbook that I feel like I would like to have in the pack.
Yeah.
And obviously that's not what he has to custom make, but some things aren't really blacksmith-esque. Do you want me to just send you the list and you can sort of pick out what he'd be able to do?
She will essentially go through everything that she can provide, she will. Everything she can't provide, she will send out one of her apprentices to go and fetch. If it's just standard items that could be easily found or bought in and amongst the shops, the general stores of Oxenfurt, she will go and send one of her apprentices to do this, for sure.
Okay.
We should also probably stop by Griswold. I do have a bunch of items here that I need to be properly identified and checked.
Yes, if you have magic items, you should take them to Griswold. He has been working on a way to transfer one enchantment from one item to another. It has been most helpful when people come to trade in magic items. Suddenly these old shoddy boots of elvenkind, new shiny boots of elvenkind, no?
Oh, impressive. The braces of defense, I feel that perhaps not today. I think these gems and other items might be better used, better served for the whole guild.
If you have the gemstones, I have already the molds of the main part of the braces made. I knew you were going to bring back the gemstones. All I need to do is set them and give them to Griswold for enchantment. It should take no more than 6 hours.
I think it's worth doing, Niles.
I already measured your wrists and forearms, my friend, when you were here last.
I kind of like, oh shucks, sort of. Okay.
You told me you would return with gemstones. You have returned with gemstones. Hals was right to trust.
That is true. Well, if everyone is gemstones required.
Hell, I've got a maybe bit of a long shot question / request.
Indeed.
One of them is, would you be able to make a cloak of protection out of the behir skin? Or any other skin?
I can certainly try. A cloak of protection may require more items. I will have a look and see what I can do. Yes, the behir skin you have brought is a fabulous base point to start from. You need high quality goods to make high quality items. The behir skin, very, very nice. Yes, I will be able to use this as a base, but it may take a little longer. If you're hoping to have that ready by tonight, I do not know if I can get all the required ingredients, but I will try.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, you know, if it's not possible, I'm happy just to put it in the order or pick it up when I'm next here.
I can always, if you are within range of a teleportation circle, I can always have it sent to you.
Ooh, true. The other question was, have you ever heard of a Skyblinder staff, and do you think you could maybe make one?
A Skyblinder staff. Let me consult my compendium of all magic items.
Let's have a quick look. Skyblinder staff. This is from Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica. I know this one.
It's the anti-air stuff, right?
Yeah. Basically, it's the anti-air stuff for sure. +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls.
Oh, that would be very convenient if we ever go to the Aeris theocracy.
It's definitely not my plan.
If a flying creature you can see within 30 feet makes an attack roll, you can use your reaction to hold the staff aloft and cause it to flare with light. The attacker has disadvantage on the attack roll and must succeed on a DC con save or be blinded until the start of its next turn.
That's sick.
Yes, I should be able to make something like this. It will not require too much time or effort, but such an item, flare, the item itself, if you have a staff already in mind, I can use as the base. That would be wonderful. If not, I can source something.
How long would it take? Because I can give you the stuff I've got now, but it
would leave you weaponless, no?
Yeah.
No, keep it with you. This will take this will not be a 4 to 5 hour task. If you had given me more notice, I may have been able to do something more, but leave it with me. I can work on this.
Oh, in case it does help with the cost and when you're working out any of your finances, I don't really have a need for them now that we're out, and I know that Tabaxis are known for trading, bartering. I'm going to pop up the two lovely drow designed hand crossbows that we got from the Shadow Blades.
Oh,
yeah, nice.
These are a very fine make, very fine indeed. This thread, spider silk. Oh, steel spider silk. Yes, this will offset much of the costs of what you need. If you're willing to part with both of these crossbows, the pack, the braces of defense, you have already provided the resources. I require no further payment for these. This will offset those nicely.
I'll pass up both. I have no need for them.
Thank you. I will find a buyer for these. I may have one in mind already. Good.
So, in the interest of keeping things moving, what you can do, any of the normal items that you need from just mundane magic, non-magic items, just send me through a list and I'll give you the discount prices, because you do get a discount price from the guilds for all of the items, and the more expensive the items are, especially if they're blacksmith related, the bigger the discount. In terms of magic items, if there's any other things you'd like in particular, shoot them through. Howes will get to work on those and work with Griswold to try and create them as soon as possible. The braces of defense, because you've already asked for them in advance, you've now provided the resources, she'll have those ready in the next couple of hours.
Beautiful.
So good to go.
Incredible.
Brilliant. Did you want to check in with Griswold? Did you want to go looking for an alchemist? Did you want to head to the tattoo parlor? Did you want to just go exploring? The city of Oxenford is open to you, my friends.
Niles is definitely keen to go to Griswold because he does have a bunch of unidentified.
You do have some unidentified magic items, yeah. And I will point out a bagman.
Yes.
Yeah, I also want to go to Griswold, as our plan for what's happening next does involve a lot of long distance travel, and Azure just mentioned that he's working on teleportation.
Like Lyra, you know for a fact, Griswold's specialty is planar magic and teleportation. It's the reason he signed up with the guild, because you were investigating the planar magic that Tiamat was involved in. It's the only reason Griswold was working with you. Why he's still here is also, you don't know what Griswold's getting out of this equation.
this point, it's Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome.
Kept him captive.
Azure won't let him leave.
Yeah, perfect. Dave, you are muted, my friend. No, he's not. It's clearly that I need to refresh then. Let me refresh. There we go. I can hear you now, Dave.
I've been having internet stability issues the last few days. It's weird.
I just looked up your symptoms on WebMD and it says you might have connectivity issues.
Wait, what?
Carry on.
Wow.
Just my favorite joke from Parks and Rec, where don't worry.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Well, Harry would like to give 5 items that we found: a strange chime, a black candle, a strange jug, a glowing tiger eye, and a strange compass to Niles. And he's like, "Yeah, I'll meet you guys back here in a few hours. I'm just
They're all the things I already had in my notes. That's
Okay,
perfect.
I will remove them from my notes as you have them."
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna I'll meet you guys back here in a few hours.
Sounds
Where are
good.
you going? You don't want to come see Inkspring?
Oh no, that's just some stuff I gotta do. Yeah, no, it's all good. And I there's no point of getting a tattoo for me anyway. You wouldn't be able to see it under my beard.
Are you taking your bag of holding with you, Harry, or are you giving that to Niles to take to Griswold to get the bagman extracted from your bag of holding?
Oh, if that's a thing we can do, yeah.
You don't know, but Niles did just suggest it as an option. So I'm like,
okay,
yeah,
it makes sense in case mine's infected. Harry will take out a handful of gold, and
you feel a hand gently caress
holding.
yours as you remove the gold.
Did you if you're going to see anyone in the Merchant Guild, would you want to take the mithril belt with you to get it appraised and perhaps sold?
Sorry, you said mithril belt.
Oh yeah, this thing. Harry pulls out the 750 gold piece.
You watch as Howl's
Elven make a perfect Duergar make. Holy crap!
You watch as Howl's eyes open wide.
Oh my goodness. By the twin moons. Mithril.
You watch as she reaches over and gently places a paw on it.
Mine.
And then begins to pull it towards her.
Harry slowly letting her take it and looking at everyone else.
We'll just whisper to Niles for him for a moment, just semi-serious with all the fun going on. Do you know those two? And I'm just going to ask if you like, do you trust them? To the 2 apprentices to Niles, and just hoping Niles might impromptu do a insight check just to see if there's anything shady going on as they're watching this interaction.
Yeah, sure.
It's going to be Baldur's Gate Act 3. Any one of them could be Oren. You don't know. You've got no fucking clue. Yeah.
Yeah, I see what Bart's putting down. I will inside check.
I guess I'm just nervous after Nyx and the connection that the bureaucracy has everywhere.
Yeah,
and the Eris theocracy, and the Silverwind family, they know where you are, Niles. They know you went to go work for the Tempest Guild.
Isn't the Shattered Isles known for having beast folk like Leonin and Tabaxis?
Leonin, Tabaxi, Satyrs. Yeah, it's where they're from. The Shattered Isles is where they're from.
Give me a sec. I'll roll an insight check.
Just a little nervous of these, just random people sitting here on this.
Yeah, that's a good point. We haven't met the apprentices before.
Yeah.
I think an insight check is well within order. Harry, you take out some gold, hand you a bag of holding over to Niles. That's an 8 on the insight check. Niles, as you look over these 2 figures, the Maloran Orc is paying no attention to what's going on right now. You can see the Maloran Orc. You don't know his name at the moment, but you can see he's absolutely focused on pumping these bellows. You can hear him actually singing softly under his breath, what sounds like a sea shanty, as he pumps the bellows in time with the sea shanty music. Seems totally engrossed in what he's doing. The Leonin has come over and is taking notes from Howl's as she gets the information from Bart, the list of items. She's quickly noting it down, telling the Leonin, watches the Leonin girl is furiously writing down, nods, and then takes off at a sprint into the street to go and get the items that Bart has requested. In terms of, doesn't seem anything untoward happening. The sea shanty's even a little bit catchy as you listen to the half-orc singing under his breath. He goes, way, hey up, she rises, way, as he's just pumping away.
with this level of, I guess, like awareness that Bart has sort of brought me back. Like, obviously, I'm inside checking. Can I do a quick scan of the street and maybe roll, like, see if just roll a perception in case there's anyone like, obviously watching us?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Cool.
I think that is a great idea, Niles.
While everyone does that,
Niles,
Harry also
Yeah,
sorry.
Go. No, you go.
Yeah. Just remember, Obsidian's foot's in there in the bag as well. But Harry just ducks away.
Oh yeah.
Harry
he just he just leaves.
Yeah, I mean you're heading off to the Merchants Guild. We'll talk about what shenanigans you get up to in a minute, Harry.
You just disappeared.
Harry's looking at the mithril belt. Harry just leaves.
Just Homer Simpson into the bushes. Just disappears into the blacksmith, into the forge. Niles, 21. That's a 28. Harry's fucking gone. the bunny.
Gone.
The bunny has left the building, or has he?
Yeah.
You don't know. He could be anywhere right now. 21 on the perception, Niles. Niles, as you look around, the street seems busy and bustling. It's pretty obvious. It's a normal day in Oxenfurt. You can see people milling about. There's a few people coming in looking at the forge. Not merely people overhearing what you're saying. You can see a couple of people looking as they see the mithril belt come out, the light glinting off it as Howls begins to pick it up and look. You can see a few shopkeepers, a few shop visitors, a few customers looking and pointing and like whispering to each other, like, "Oh, what is that? I've never seen metal like that before." "Hey, that's mithril, lad." You're like a mountain dwarf mutter under his breath, like sharing the information. But in terms of information or suspicious characters on the street, you're not seeing too much suspicious activity on the street. Flying overhead, though, Niles, the tower, the Messenger Guild Tower for the Aarakocra, is located only a few blocks away from the Night Hall. It's one of the main benefits of how close it was situated to easy communication early on in the Tyranny of Dragons campaign. You see one or two Aarakocra flying overhead, pouches strapped around their chests and back, bursting with letters and with notes, traveling to and from.
I kind of look up and glance the skies, look back at Bart and go, "That might be a trouble."
It could also be a boon. You can get in touch with your family, possibly, maybe organize those scouts. But you are right, and I don't know if you caught on. I'm thinking maybe I don't want to use my name until the time is right.
Oh yes, of course, Dream.
Thank you. We might need to let Azure know. I feel like even if he did know the jig, he might still accidentally give it up. The fact that he doesn't know is very bad.
In Tyranny of Dragons, Azure gave away two people's secret identity at separate times by calling them by their real names. So,
well, we might have to once we go see Griswold. I think maybe we go visit Azure again and just maybe reiterate the sensitivity of the situation.
Agreed. Speaking of which, I guess, did we want to head off? You look engrossed by the belt.
You leave this with Howls. Howls will value. Howls will find use for this. You leave with Howls. Yes.
That will give us a bit of a what did we get in exchange?
Much
Aside from
credit.
everything else.
There will be. Howls will need to do. Howls will need to do the evaluation. Howls will need to weigh up the numbers, balance the columns. But this will buy lots of nice shinies. Lots of things you want. Oh yes, Howls very much like. Oh yes. Many items that you need, Howls will make for you. Howls will get them for you. Oh yes.
Howls like cradles the mithril belt and begins stroking it gently.
Howls, you've got to make sure that no one else gets to their hands on this. This is a very important item, as I'm sure you are.
This will be melted down within the next 25 minutes.
As she looks over the belt.
No.
Oh, well, in that case.
This is mithril. No. There are maybe a handful of forges in Oxenfurt that can work this metal. You have come to the best. Howls will make this into many things. Many good things.
Oh, well then.
Mithril and Electrum together. Powerful conduits for magical items, yes. Howls will make lots with this. Your sight blinder staff. Very easy with this. Yes, your cloak of protection. The clasp. Very easy with this.
Did you hear that? Wow.
Ooh. Oh, pretty sweet.
So here's the situation.
Okay with you guys.
House is willing to pay you for this. She will pay you 800 gold pieces for this, or
An extra 50 on top, right?
extra 50 on top. Or
Nice.
if you donate this to her, this will decrease the cost of a number of magic items for you and make them much easier for you to acquire. I'm not going to tell you by how much because you wouldn't know how much. House can't tell you how much, but there is another number that I'll be working off of that will discount future magical items for you. If you give her Mithril. Mithril plus Electrum, powerful, potent combination for making magic items. So the question is, do you want
You guys out.
cash out or immediate investment? Your choice.
Investment?
I always invest in video games.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah. I will mark off. So, oh, yeah, you go.
Oh, sorry, no, you continue. You go.
I was going to say, I will mark off that and I will make a note of that. The crossbows have already covered the braces of defense, along with, I'll do a quick bit of math, but most of the items that you needed in that Dungeoneers pack, but pretty much the entire Dungeoneers pack is covered as well. A couple of the extra items I'll just do the math on, but there'll be it's not going to be too bad. You guys will be able to afford this.
How many gemstones did you need for the braces of the defense?
1 emerald and a sapphire or a ruby. You had more than that, so you've got a couple of extra gemstones.
We had one each.
One extra, yeah. So if you leave the sapphire with her, I can also do the math on that, and I'll use that to help mark off any of the extra items that you need. Or if you want that to go towards the construction of the cloak of defense, sightblinder staff, or cloak for Threign,
I think
belt for Niles.
Probably just invest it all in.
I'll do some math in the background. Now, did you want to quickly stop by Griswold's to get into identify your magic items? You would have time for that definitely right now if you wanted to.
Yeah. Before we do leave, the final thing here, I do just want to do, I'm wanting to get it to know everyone, and Bart, like myself, I want to be very introducing to people, put the first foot forward. I do want to head up to the Maloran Orc, making sure that the symbol Lyra got me, that I've been using as a focus, the Maloran amulet, is visible. Dream, lovely to meet you. And I'll extend a feathered hand.
Hey, oh. Sorry, get engrossed in my work. Dream, was it?
Yes, I'm a newcomer here as well, apparently, with the guild. Sorry, what's your name?
Owlin. Pleasure to meet you. You're one of those adventurers, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping to be. Your name's a little on the nose for me. Owlis, but just like
Oh, no, spelt A-U-L-I-S-E. I could see the confusion, though. No, Owlis. That's funny. You're funny. I like that.
It's lovely to meet you. I just wanted to, extend my gratitude.
Lovely to meet you, too. I've only been here for a few weeks, I must say. Friendly bunch, you lot here. Friendly bunch.
Good folk. I'll let you keep to it. You seem focused.
Oh, it's fine. Forge is hot enough for the time being. I wouldn't mind a break, actually. It's hotter in here than I thought.
Just for my notes, what was the unique spelling for that?
A-U-L-I-S-E, Owlis.
I-S-E. Okay, perfect. And y'all head over to Niles?
Lyra, Niles, and Bart, as you head inside to go visit Professor Griswold, we're going to jump over to Harry.
Hey!
Harry, I know where you're going. Do you want me to just jump into the full explanation, or do you want to share where you're going with the group?
Oh, very.
Your mic's dropping out a little bit. Sorry, Dave.
Right, first things first, he's just going to head to the bank.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Niles, nice. Harry, there's a couple of banks in Oxenfurt. There's a couple of different institutions that will help look after money. Yours would be kept with the Merchants Guild. The Merchants Guild have their own specific bank that members of their guild are able to use and draw upon for better rates and business loans, shall we say. Your second interest is also mixed in with this bank as well. So you're saving a little bit of time by going to the one location as you head to...
I mean, it's a one-stop shop for everything, right?
Yeah, certainly for criminals. As you make your way over to... Well, it's a bank, so what do you expect? As you make your way over to the Merchant Guild Bank, heading on through the doors, you can see a number of other merchants milling around, waiting in queues. As a member of the exclusive group operating within the Merchants Guild, there is a separate teller specifically for people of your specific group. And as you head on over, you see the small sign scratched into the pillar. Innocuous, meaningless to those who don't know the language of the thieves' cant. But to you, you recognize it instantly. And as you head on over, you lean up against the bank teller. This is for the complaints department. As you lean up and look over, you see a middle-aged woman, human with graying hair tied back into a very, very tight bun. I'll wait for Dave to come back before I go too much further. But yeah, I mean, for all of you who are wondering, yeah, Harry's a thief. Here we go. Harry, as you lean over against the complaints desk, you look at the woman sitting there, human, female, aging grey hair tied up into a very tight bun, and you can see that she has a quill tucked behind her ear, and she seems to be reading over a long sheet of parchment. As you arrive at the front desk and sort of lean over, you watch as she slowly lowers the parchment and makes eye contact with you.
Do you have a complaint?
Yeah, my complaint is box number 346, and here's the key.
You watch as she takes the key, pulls with this screech a large metal cylinder with glassware locked in it as she looks through this massive microscope down at the key.
Proceed.
She hands you back the key and nods over and then loudly exclaims,
Make sure you fill out the form in triplicate.
As she gestures to a door over to the left.
Again, I filled it out last week.
That was form 37B. 357.
As she nods over towards the door and gives you a little nod.
Yep, Harry proceeds.
Harry, as you walk on through the door to what looks like a sitting room, you can see there's no one else. As soon as the door closes behind you, as soon as you close the door behind you, you hear the sound of footsteps and you watch as a rather prim businessman dressed in a very fine suit opens a door at the far end of the sitting room. Name, please.
Harrison Harrington.
And box number?
346, please.
Wonderful. Follow me, and welcome back, sir.
Yeah, glad to be back. I haven't been here for a while.
Gestures for you to follow. As you follow the well-dressed, business-suited man, he leads you down a series of stone steps down into the vaults. Guards nod as he walks past, sort of looks around, nods at each of them, gestures you through as you travel through into the lower vaults of the Merchant's Bank. Soon you arrive in front of a wall of strong boxes and safe boxes. You watch as the man turns with a sharp click of his heels, nods towards you and goes, Does sir require anything else? Otherwise, I will wait here for your completion.
Oh, no, thank you. That's all I need. Thanks.
I shall accompany you back up when you are finished. With that, he takes a few steps away.
Reasonable.
So his back is to you and he's not looking at what you're doing and looks up the steps and then hums softly to himself. As he looks away from the box that you are currently looking at. Harry, take your key out. Unlock the box. As the box opens before you, you see the spoils of some of your more audacious adventures, shall we say, strewn out before you, kept safe for when you might need them most. But the greatest treasure lies at the back, hidden behind a false panel. And as you bring forth the wooden box with the velvet coating the inside, you open it up and see.
My mother's ring is still there. And Harry checks it's there. He closes the pouch, which looks very reminiscent to Simon's Sasso bark that he's been carrying. And Harry whispers to himself, yeah, well, with the events going on, best to have this with me just in case. And Harry puts it in his pocket, right under his chest. He's got a sack. It's not a clothing pocket. He's got he takes off his shirt, and you see underneath is actually just like a pouch strapped right to him, and he slips it right in there,
like a little passport belt. Yeah.
Victorian pocket.
Yeah. And he takes a couple of gold so he can tip the guy on the way out.
I love this serious side of Harry.
Harry,
This is cool.
you may add to your inventory the Sussurbark jewelry box or Sussurbark pouch containing your ring.
It's a ring.
A gold ring.
It's a gold ring.
Was it made from her heart?
Oh,
Her heart was gold as well. Yeah. So here he checks everything else is there.
Yep. No changes to your strongbox. This is your strongbox. Your family have a couple of other boxes that they utilize. If there's any of your family who are also part of the same guild, I know we haven't gone into too much detail with the rest of your siblings, Harry, but you've got to fuck a lot of them. So there's a reason we haven't dived into that particular pool. It's deeper
There's a reason
than
why it
looks.
has to be in a false back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. As you finish up, locking the door behind you, you wander up over to the businessman. He turns, smiles, and goes, "Is Sir done with access to the vaults?"
Yes, and here's your tip.
Oh,
Harry hands
thank
him,
you,
5 gold.
Oh, thank you, sir. Were there any other services you wish to take advantage of while you were here? Any of the guild?
Yes, the last time I was here, I inquired to reach out and find a certain somebody. Would you be able to help me with this?
Of course, sir. I'll
Yes.
take you up to the other guild hall. Follow me. And with that, you are led upstairs, back past all the guards who just nod as you walk through one of the most secure bank vaults in Oxenfurt without a single question asked of you. As you head upstairs, you arrive in a very beautiful... Yeah, you guys had no fucking clue that Harry had some deep shit going on.
I had no idea. What the fuck? I mean, he already has a mechanical arm. He's already in pretty deep. This is like extra layers of deep.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You thought
Well,
Harry
was just
was
an ancient member of Gringotts.
Yeah. Bro's playing
but less
40 chess
racist
over here. What the
and less
fuck?
anti-Semitic.
Ugh.
as you make your way
Yeah.
upstairs and take a seat in a gorgeous sitting room, Harry. Executives would be lucky to be seated in such a beautiful area. You watch as the man heads on over and speaks to the receptionist quietly for a moment, comes back and goes, "I believe they're ready for you, sir. Please follow me."
Yeah, sure thing. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Of course, sir. With that, you are led straight through, not even waiting in the waiting room, as other clearly very, very wealthy merchants have clearly been waiting there for a while. You can see a very overweight man looking impatiently as he sees you walk in, take a seat for 2 seconds, then get gestured through. I've been here for 12 hours. As you just walk straight through the doors in front. This is ridiculous. And you just hear the reception pine go, "Well, he's a member of a very exclusive club, sir, and one which you are very not able to afford." As you are just gestured straight through. A few moments later, Harry, you are brought into an office and seated before a familiar figure. A tiefling. Lavender, lilac-coloured skin, very, very bright, brilliant red eyes, curled horns adored with gold jewellery. You sit before Secret as she leans over, smiles, and looks at you. "Harry, welcome back. How's your trip been?"
Oh, it's been an adventure, Secret. It's been a good time. How have you been? Was it
Business is booming, thanks to some of the efforts of your comrades. The chaos brought on by the arrival of some new customers has had us exploiting markets we've never known to check in with before.
Yeah, about that. I remember last time I asked you to very on the down low, if you could find out the whereabouts of one of my cousins.
Yes.
Is she still in the Feywild, or is she here in? Yeah, is he? Yeah.
I've been asking questions, Harry. It's much easier to get communication from the Feywild than it was before the return of our newest clientele. I am sorry, it does appear she is still in the Feywild.
Okay, no, it's good to know. I actually, there's a chance that we might have to go there soon. So, yes. Do you know if she's still in the Barrow, or she has moved to other places, and who she's colluding with?
My last report had her positioned somewhere near a region known as the Twilight Woods, working for an archfey.
Yes, no, she would.
What she's doing specifically, I could not say, sorry, Harry, but I will do my best to find out more.
No, you've done so much. And have you had any news about Cousin Larry? Is he doing well?
Cousin Larry, he recently scored quite a large amount of gold. Bank heist in Paladin. Went quite
Is
well.
every member of Harry's family a thief?
That's up to Harry. That's up to Dave. that's 100% Dave's call. We haven't discussed if it's every
my
member.
face.
Yeah.
It's like some sort of like Irish family where all 100 of these rabbits are all just thieves.
Here's the thing. We're like a
There's a lot of
family.
mouths to feed.
We're just a family. We're a family. Okay? We're all a family. And if you want to join this group, you're either getting married or that's it. You're getting married to one of us. That's how it works. Larry's single. Larry's always single. Yes. Yes. A rather large heist, but I should warn you. He was recognized by a member of the Harpers. You might want to keep an eye, given your new connections. Gives you a little nod.
Mm-hmm. No, that's really useful. I'll do my best. I appreciate it.
A certain member of your new friendship circle is an old friend of the Harpers.
Which one's it?
Jin, the changeling.
Okay.
Now, Harry.
What can I do for you?
Oh. Recently it's come to our attention, Harry, that there's a metal, an alloy specific to the giants. If you can get your hands on any alloy, technology,
And you watch as she looks down at your hand and pauses.
Oh yeah, that's stuck.
Harry, here's the situation. I have a buyer who's looking for quite a lot of giant alloy and giant technology. Your arm. How did you come by it?
Yeah, well, about that, that's a funny thing. It kind of just happened when we were attacked. And
Don't
we were in
bullshit a
Lyra.
bullshit artist, Harry. I lie better than you. It did not
that's
just
not technically a
happen.
lie.
Come now, we've known each other for a long time, and it would be an awful shame if you were to be kept from your family, if you did not have the information you needed to reunite with your cousins.
Hey, secret. See, I was getting there. Okay, no need to threaten me. It was a very.
You don't need
polite,
to pull my
I
horns,
appreciate
all right?
that.
Come on, we've
Cut
cut through the bullshit.
Kind of just. It was not premeditated. We were in Lyspire, where, as you know, there's a lot of giant stuff happening at the moment.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that was a giant sphere. It was crazy. Anyway, yeah, and then there was a Cambion who was holding these stones.
Whoa! Stop! Why is there a Cambion involved with giant technology?
Yeah, we're trying to figure that out, but he seems
I was
to
not
be
informed
nefarious.
of this. Hang on, hold on one moment.
You watch as Secret pulls open a drawer, picks up a small stone, and begins whispering into it before holding it up to her ear. There's a momentary pause. She nods, pulls it down.
I hate it when buyers try and fuck with us. So devils are involved.
Yep. In between you and me, is your buyer a winged of the winged persuasion?
They are of the feathered persuasion, yes.
Yes. I think we may have come across this particular buyer when we're actually down in the Underdark. Yeah, no. Do you have any other buyers? Because we don't particularly get along with that person.
As you know, we've had a long-standing agreement with the Messenger Guild. Certain symbols. If a letter is marked with a certain symbol, it reaches a location quickly and efficiently. This client is not one we can afford to piss off, and not one I can afford to have you running around and stirring their shit up, okay? Do you hear me, Harry?
Well, yes. We kind of helped them, to be honest, in some respect.
Does
At one point, she was being how to say lied to by one of her employees, who was also someone that we didn't get along with, Mr. Obsidian Foot.
But Harry, you get along with everyone. I struggle to believe there's two people that you don't get along with.
Well, we got along with your buyer for a brief moment while we were against Obsidian Foot. So it was only one at any given time. But anyway.
How does the devil fit into this? The Cambion?
Oh, the Cambion was involved. He was helping Obsidian Foot.
Wait, hang on. I'm confused. Hang on.
Helping Obsidian Foot, who reports to the winged buyer, whose name I currently forgotten.
Hang on.
Yeah.
It definitely doesn't rhyme with the river Styx.
It was made of bricks.
Nix, Harry. Nix.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bix.
Nix.
Okay, we're just going to come out and say this then. Fuck it. Nix was the one who approached us, okay? We've had communications with Nix through her, the Silverwood family for some time.
Toy.
No, fuck it. I'm confused because you've told me that there's a Cambion involved with with Nix, but now you're telling me that you helped Nix. How does the Cambion fit into this then?
Yeah. Obsidian Foot reported to Nix, right? But he was also two-timing with the Cambion, who was giving him artifacts.
Okay, so the buyer wasn't involved with devils.
Well, she knows about it now.
And her response was positive.
It was a bit of both.
Well, that's
she's very desperate for this medal, and the Cambion knows her way around the medal.
Desperate. We can work with desperate, Harry. We can squeeze a bit more out of this. I think
she was so desperate. She was very violent. She killed a lot of drow on the.
That's how she normally is.
Yeah, I figured.
Right. Okay. We might be able to leverage this. It's not as bad as I thought. The way you were pitching it, I thought that we were dealing with some sort of devilish mastermind. But if it's maybe some sort of Devilus Interruptus, I think we can work around that. We can make use of this. An Infernal Interruptus, if you will.
He seems pretty in the know about what's going on with like everything, which is a bit scary, to be honest.
Have you had contact with this devil?
Yes. Because it was the same Cambion in the Spire.
The one that gave you the...
Well, the one that I tried to steal from. And
you tried to steal from a Cambion?
I didn't know it was a Cambion. He was just the owner of the tavern at the time. Oh, they had some huge background check on that. He owned the tavern for a year or so by that point. It was a persona.
That can't be right. Cambion can't have been here for a year without. No, that can't be right.
Or maybe the Cambion killed the owner and was impersonating him. That's also a possibility.
Okay, you've given me a lot that I'm going to have to untangle here. So a pretty normal, standard conversation between the two of us then. Right, I'll get to work on this. I'll try and chase down some more information about your cousin. Larry's going to need to lie low. If you see him before I do, tell him absolutely fucking wear a hood next time.
Yeah, I'll tell him to change his name to Jerry.
I know that worked last time when he changed his name to Larry, but I don't think it's going to work again. I think he's going to need to lie a bit lower than that. I would suggest a long trip east.
Yeah. No, I'll tell him that. Yes.
Okay.
Is there anything else that I can keep an eye out for you, mate?
Yes, giant metal and giant relics. Any of these you can get me.
Yeah,
If you can leave. You're going to have eyes on you though. That's the problem.
Oh no. I mean, we've been splitting everything, so I can pay you with my share.
Oh, I'm thinking if you happen to come across while you were in the Underdark, any interesting giant relics down there that we should be sending people down to collect.
I mean, the giants are still there though, so the
we'll
giants are kind of relics in themselves.
We'll be quiet.
Oh yeah, there's a whole city down there.
Okay, what's it called? Where is it?
Well, you go into the Underdark.
That's a good start. Yes. The best bit of this is that's not Dave joking. He genuinely does not know. After 6 months, where this is.
It's about a week from here.
Down a hole.
South, north, west, east. Pick a cardinal direction for me. I'll even take left or right at this stage.
Well,
I'm assuming down. Sorry, what?
Yeah, I'll have to get back to you with that one.
You have to get back. And Dave has left the chat.
That was so funny that he actually left the call.
So good.
I think Dave has had to reload.
I don't know if you meant to do that, Dave.
If you don't come back to me with a fucking map, I swear, Harry, I will rip your fluffy white little tail right off your rather tight ass.
It's not a very nice thing between friends, but noted. I'll do my best.
All right.
Map. You can write a note because I forget things very often. So, map of where Stone Giant City is. Yep.
And
Will do.
what are we talking? How many people is it worth sending down to gather stuff? You said boatloads.
No, I see they had a big city. We went there on a boat. Look, a lot of it's in ruin, and it's hard to say, but it was their capital city. So, but I wouldn't send too many. They're pretty good at sniffing people out. So, and they're pretty violent to people who aren't from the Underdark.
Okay. Well, maybe that one's a bit of a bust then. If you come across any more leads for me, send word with the messenger guilds. You know the symbol. Come straight to my hands.
I'll write it down as well. Yeah, I'll write it down, and then I'll write it down on the note, so I'll have 2 copies.
Yes, we have a secret coded language based on symbology that we can use to notify our comrades and compatriots of things. If you do happen to come across a cache of interesting items, mark it with a symbol. Send me a note.
Yep, can do. We'll do, Secret. I appreciate all your help.
I appreciate yours, Harry, and I'll get back to you with more information about your cousin soon. I'll send word if I find anything sooner. Be careful out there, Harry. Your cover is not as airtight as I would like it to be.
Really? No one's even questioned that my real name's not Harry, so...
Have they not? Has no one questioned that yet?
Well, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe these people... I was told that the Tempest Guild had a keen eye where nothing got past them, but never mind then. Your infiltration of their ranks has been rather spectacular.
I knew I did that zone of truth for a reason.
What the fuck?
I love that the players get to sit here having a fucking meltdown, but your characters know absolutely none of this.
I'm writing notes, and then I've got it in parentheses in front and behind, so I remember not here.
You don't know this. Yeah.
Well, it was just dumb luck that I ran into him, but it's been pretty good. A lot of resources there.
Oh yes,
God.
Yes, indeed. You've been inside the Night Hall.
Oh yeah.
Underneath the cellar, I'd heard rumors of 3 dragon eggs. Still there? What's the story on those?
This is news to me.
Okay, keep an eye out for those. Dragon eggs fetch quite a bit of money on the black market.
Oh, why would they keep it after they killed the dragon god? That doesn't make any sense.
He's gone.
Keep me
These
posted.
people-
If you find
Yeah,
anything,
I'll look at-
interesting.
Yep, no worries. Yeah,
Are there
no, I
any
appreciate it.
items we need to swap? Counterfeit versions of anything particularly valuable you want us to switcheroo?
Oh yeah, no, not yet. We're getting to that though, but not yet. Yeah.
Wonderful. Harry, pleasure doing business with you as always.
As always, Harry shakes his hand.
As Secret nods, she holds out her hand with the ring on it. You know that she prefers if you kiss her ring after you've given a handshake. She's just old school like that.
Yep, Harry gives it a good old smooch.
Like a rabbit smooch with the two separate lips.
Like, oh, yeah. Like in the window. Like in the ring.
You watch, she goes like, I hate it when you do that. I forget that you do that. Get out of here. Go on. Perfect. Back with Bart, Lyra, and Niles.
Can I just say, what the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, gang.
I'm guessing from the other two reactions that this isn't something that has been seen previously before I joined the party.
We
I've been
make
to the
jokes.
Thieves Guild. I've been to the Thieves Guild.
Yeah, but like, that's whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
This
I'm a
is-
merchant.
This is different though. You know
Also,
what I
was
mean?
this the first introduction story-wise of this secret as well?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Like, we make jokes that he's stolen the heart of gold, but I didn't think it was literal.
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to do Figment's reaction to this, but we'll save it for later because that's part of a longer conversation. I think the cliffhanger that we will end on for... let's go a little bit longer. I want to have you guys talk to Griswold and get the items identified. That'll be pretty quick.
Yeah.
Lyra, Bart, Niles. As you head inside, walk up the top of the tower. Yeah, the tower from the outside is like a narrow, like maybe 4 or 5 meters wide. But as you walk back in through the night hall, the tower is enormous from the inside. 20 meters wide, a spiral staircase disappearing up into the heavens above. And as you get to the bottom and look up this imposing staircase, it's going to take you hours to climb this.
Can I just yell from the bottom? Just, Griswold! You there?
Yes. As you just shout out, Griswold! There's a little pause, and then echoing down the tower, you hear, what? As it echoes down.
This is new. Is there an elevator? This is a lot of stairs. We have items if you are interested.
There's a pause, and you hear, what? Bugger this. And then there's a and then emerging down at the bottom, stepping out of a little portal, you watch as a diminutive gnome with a large beard steps forward. You can see he's got goggles pulled up onto his head, white hair slicked back, receding hairline, dressed in these beautiful layered robes that are padded with all sorts of various little pockets and tools, cloak wrapped around him, the inside of which opens up as he lands from this teleportation, revealing tiny pockets sewn into almost every surface of his cloak. As he stands there before you, the effect of his sudden appearance is somewhat ruined as he goes and coughs up as his pipe shoots out of his mouth and scatters across the floor. Blast! I thought I had the matter displacement on that one all sorted. Never mind.
Come on, you just hold it in your hand. It's not that difficult to teleport with it.
You try hard to remember. Lyra. Hello?
Oh yeah, new friends.
Oh, hey. I'm Niles.
You've met Niles, haven't you?
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, we met briefly, yes. Professor Griswold, and there's 2 of them, Lyra. I'm kidding.
Harry, and then just from like the stint at the blacksmith, Lyra doesn't know. Oh fuck, there's no Harry. He would have met Ember, but
He met Ember. Yeah.
No. Yes.
Did he meet
yeah.
Ember? Yeah, he would have met Ember. Yeah, he met Ember. Yeah.
Still confused from the blacksmith. Lyra has no idea what Bart/Dream wants to be called, and so she's just.
And actually, now that let's bring it up. My name is Bartholomew. For the rest of you, I think the inner circle I'm fine trusting. You all trust them. It was just those apprentices being in the street in the open. I'm a bit nervous. Griswold, it's lovely to meet you. I've heard amazing things. I saw the tower from outside. It looks otherworldly.
It's funny you mention that, boy. Funny you mention that.
This might be a good. Well, actually, I'm just going to come out with it. There's a bag man in our bag of holding. Is that going to be a problem with all of this?
Shit. A bag man.
A bag man.
Shit. That's not good.
Bag of holdings.
That's not good at all. You need to get that out. You don't want a bag man.
No, I know. I don't want one. I just thought with all the interplanar pockety wockety.
You didn't bring a bag man in here, did you?
Well,
what the fuck are you doing, boy? We could have a bag man in here. Give that here. He tries to leap up and snatch the bag from you. Let's have a look. Opens the bag and puts his hand and begins wriggling it around. He's not in here.
No, wasn't he in Harry's?
This is Harry's bag. Niles has handed over. Yeah, he's not in here.
They can.
Oh, no, he is. And you watch as his hand gets grabbed and he disappears inside the bag of holding. Yeah, you watch as Griswold is dragged into the bag of holding. Yeah, fully dragged into the bag of holding.
I think, can Lyra just scream?
Professor Griswold!
Get someone in here!
Despite Christian's reaction, Bartholomew is going to instantly run over to the bag and try to go into it.
Yeah, same.
Are you going into the bag or just trying to reach in with your hand?
Yeah.
I think I'll try to use grab.
Yep.
Yep. As you reach in, thinking of Professor Griswold, you reach in, you find your hands grab onto something, possibly an ankle, and as you pull, you watch as you pull out Professor Griswold, who is currently being like fully bear hugged by the bagman. And as you pull both of them out of the bag, the second they're both removed, you watch as the bagman turns towards you, this like hollow corpse-like face turns, goes, and then lets go and dives back into the bag.
Oh no! Can I quickly close it? Is that...
Perfect. So if you're pulling Griswold out, Niles and Lyra, could I please get from? Actually, yeah, we'll say Niles. Can I get a sleight of hand or an acrobatics check? With Lyra's help, you'll have advantage.
I'll do acrobatics.
Bro, this is like Rick and Morty shit.
This is absolutely Rick and Morty shit.
14.
Ooh, 14. You got advantage.
Advantage. Yeah. Thank you.
So I just had to refresh so I could see Dave.
24. That's much better.
As soon as the bagman is pulled out, clutching onto Professor Griswold, Niles, you just reach forwards, moving in slow motion as Lyra kicks the bag towards you. You just reach out with your claws, grab the two drawstrings, and close them. As the bag closes over, you watch as the bagman turns towards you, this horrified look goes and then pops like a balloon. As little bits of like dust rain down all around you, you watch as Griswold goes,
Did we kill him?
No, he's in here now. This is his bag. You've made the bag. My tower is a bag.
I was gonna say, some of those.
You watch as one of the windows, a massive face comes and looks in at the window of the bagman. Griswold goes, "Wow, fuck," and then vanishes, stepping through another portal.
We just cursed our bastion.
There's a massive crash of thunder and a flash of lightning from outside. You hear that hiss again, but many times louder, reverberating through the tower. And a few moments later, you watch as Griswold appears before you again, dusting off his hands as he kicks the head of this decapitated head of this creature across the floor and goes, "Well, it's a quantum being, so I've killed one of it, but I'm going to have to kill an infinite number of it, so thanks for that."
What? I'm sorry? I didn't mean... I'm sorry.
Next time, when you've got a bag, man, keep it to yourself.
I'll keep that in mind.
Was that all?
Oh.
Did you anything else, or did you say to fuck up my day?
Well, no, I have all these other magical items I wanted you to look at.
Oh, we better get up to my study then.
And you watch as he clicks his fingers and all of you are teleported up to the top of the tower, suddenly like landing on the wooden floor in front of you. As Griswold like sits down, you see him like jump into his little chair, pull a lever as the chair rises up and moves across massive mechanical hands, disconnecting from the back of his chair as they reach forward.
Well, give him here, boy. I can't do it from inside your bag. Well,
no, there's...
I could have when I was in there.
What was that like, by the way? I didn't think the bag of holding.
I've never been inside a bag of holding before. Not a lot of air in there.
It's probably a good thing we got you out when we did.
Thanks for that. But also, you're the reason I was in there, so I think it kind of cancels it out a little bit.
I will pass up so that he can have a look at them as well. I think there's some rather ugly effects on these items. I'm not sure if there's anything you can do, but maybe you can even give me a bit more information about it. And I'm going to put up the Dawnblade, first of all, because I know that's cursed from Lolth.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
The Belt of Duragar kind.
Oh.
Alrighty, let me pull open the Belt of Duragar kind. Actually, do you want to go through the quickfire items that you wanted to know what they are?
Yeah.
As you,
I get the black candle.
Yep. As you pull out the black candle, you go, it's Candle of the Deep.
Glowing tiger.
It looks like it's just a light. It's just a light cantrip. Just cast light.
The jug with the alchemy symbol.
Ah, it's an alchemy jug. Sorry. Strange chime of opening.
The strange compass?
Ah, it appears to be enchanted to point in a specific direction.
Oh,
Where?
is that it?
Isn't that the compass that we thought pointed towards the tower?
Yeah, it points to. Let me have a look. It's Society of Brilliance make. Points to. I did a bit of moonlighting for them actually as a contractor for some time. This is just points to their nearest tower.
I was going to say you have a similar demeanor to Tetark we met down there.
So the alchemy jug, right? Large earthenware jug, lots of spouts and corks. Depending on the cork you pull out, different liquids come out. Acid, poison, beer, mayonnaise.
Do we know what cork does what?
You just name the one. You just pull it out.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to pull this cork out and drink acid by mistake.
Well, I mean, unless you ask for that, I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay.
Here, look, let me demonstrate. Takes the jug, goes, beer! He's just drinking beer from the jug before puts the cork back in and hands it to you.
Can I?
It's a Pilsner. Yeah. Quite a nice one, actually.
Right. Very good.
Did we have anything else?
Oh, your Candle of the Deep. It can't be extinguished, even underwater.
Oh.
It would have been handy in the Underdark.
That's pretty handy.
You found this in the Underdark. Might have been handy. Sort of thing that someone might take down to be used in the Underdark, you know. Well, the chime is a chime of opening. If you have to get into something, a lock that you can't open, maybe it's warded with some sort of magic, you could use this chime to break through that warding and unlock things.
We cannot tell Harry about this. We cannot tell Harry about this.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
This is just our secret.
I'm so sorry.
Metagaming above board, the chime does usually have charges. Is he telling us that?
Yeah, he shares that it's got charges. Yeah.
Okay, and how many does this one have left?
It's got 5 charges left.
Okay.
That's forever or per day?
Total. After that, it just becomes a normal chime.
So sad.
So it can have anywhere between 1 and 10. This one has 5.
Well, thank you for that. Some of these items would have been good for us down in the Underdark. It's a shame that there was no one there to investigate them further.
Well, you need some sort of access, and it's funny saying that you didn't have anyone to talk to about this stuff. This is gonna get a real kick out of this. This tower here, right? You know how you can sort of be inside it? It's much bigger on the inside.
Well, yes, the bagman proved that.
Don't fucking bring up the bagman again. I've been working on a system. The Tempest Guild's been using the airship, an Air of Decency, for some time now. It's a bloody good ship, but I think it's time for us to have a bit of an upgrade. Been working on a system, a way of keeping little pocket dimensions, you know. Have it all linked to a central hub. Which could still be the airship if you wanted, but ideally, each of you would have a little planar space to do with what you want.
So what happens if we take a bag of holding into that extra planar space?
I'm not a fucking amateur. You're inside one now with 2 bags of holding.
I was just thinking that, and I panicked.
As long as there's no bagmen, you should be okay.
Well, about that.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You said that there's an infinite number of him. Does that mean he's like...
Well, there's both an infinite number and none of him. He's quantum now.
So it just depends if we're looking at him?
Mate, I don't make the rules, all right? I just have to fucking deal with a bagman now.
No, I'm just wondering if he's also infected all of these other demi-planes, like some sort of...
just my tower.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is a bagman, really?
Well, here's the thing, right? It's quantum, so all of them. All of those numbers. Oh, you mean in general, how bad is a bagman?
Yes. I don't really understand the concept of quantum. You might have to run that through me again.
No, it's not worth it. Trust me, you'll just be more confused by the end of it. It's not a slight against you, my boy. It's just, it's a fucking shit show. I'm going to start talking about strings, I'm going to start talking about resonance, and you're going to look at me like that, and you're going to get the wrong idea, and I can't explain it well enough, I'll be honest. That's not my expertise.
Can you... Okay, you seem pretty smart. Well, I mean, I know you're very smart. You wouldn't happen to know anything about the Heartstones. I think we might have mentioned this when we were here last time. Have you been able to do any other research on that?
Well, bit of news about the Heartstones. They helped me crack this whole extra-dimensional space thing.
Oh, yes?
So your little areas, right, the little spaces you're going to be calling your home, they're going to be in the Heartstones. Come on, that's pretty cool.
How? What?
Concern? What if there's already a soul trapped in the Heartstone? There's no chance that also sticking an extra planar space in also the Heartstone. Like,
they're big enough. I checked.
Override them.
A soul, even a big soul, is like a couple of megabits of information. It's nothing. You'll be fine.
So you're saying that we could have our own
50% chance it'll be fine.
They could be alive.
Yeah.
Hey, I all I'm trying to tell you is, you want a cool place that you can do with what you want? I've got it sorted.
Can we move between places? Can I go to the virus?
The whole thing. Yeah, they're all going to be connected. It'll be a teleportation circle that connects to all of them. And there'll be like little doorways you can step through to get to each person's.
So we could theoretically travel through time and space with nothing but the Heartstones. Like if Niles was, off in Bartholomew or wherever, and I could walk into my space and then take the teleportation to Niles?
It's not quite like that.
We might need a bit more of a firmer definition of these things.
So, there'll be a teleportation circle. That's a special teleportation circle that lets you access this little extraplanar space where you'll have your little areas.
Right.
Think of that as the doorway in. That's the entrance to the bag of holding, and all of your little places like little extra bags of holding around the outside of this main central bag of holding. Are you with me?
Yes.
We can't cross into each other's?
Yeah, you can move between. Once you're in, you're good to go in between. But
what about the giant soul?
They're in there too, I guess.
Will we be able to see them?
I don't know. Maybe. Do you want to?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe.
Can the giant soul come back through with us?
I don't think so. I doubt it. I'm just using them as a power source, guys. Let's not get too excited.
Power source that can, be used and run dry. That kind of power source?
No. We're only using a little bit of power to connect you to this. So it's just a way of making sure you're locked into each planar space. This is how we do it. You're the one providing the energy through the stone. It'll be fine. Let's give it a go. I need a volunteer.
Maybe we should ask Sindaris first. Sorry, Owen, has everyone else disappeared, or is it just
you and me? It's just you and me right now.
Okay.
Oh, no, I can see Dave.
My internet?
It's okay. I reckon that's a good spot anyway. I think we've reached a good point. I reckon we'll come back in as we figure out the truth of that next episode. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We will have more to explore with Harry and with the Heartstones and the Bastions next time. So until then, everybody, Stay safe and stay well. I will load up the raid and get us across. Let's go and raid. Who do we want to raid tonight? Let's go raid. See, that's a rerun. I don't want to raid a rerun. Let's go raid. As I pull this up, make sure if you've enjoyed the episode tonight, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and the subscribe button if you haven't already. That is a massive, massive help to us. Let's go raid Vicuta. We normally raid them anyway, so let's go do that. I will get that raid going for those people on Twitch. For everybody else, stay safe, stay well, and we will see you all again very, very soon. But until then, farewell, everybody. Goodbye!
Later!
See ya! And goodbye.
Thank you.